Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are fine and doing well. So our today topic accountability according to an Islamic perspective. So the word accountability mean responsibility. Accountability mean responsibility. Let me give you the concept of accountability. What is accountability and what does it mean in Islamic perspective? If a question comes, then you'll be able to answer by what I'm going to tell you in this slide in the and the after coming slides. To answer this question or to understand the concept of accountability in Islamic perspective, obviously we have to approach the Holy Book of Allah Almighty, Al-Quran and Sunnah of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, general accountability and self-accountability, the two type of accountabilities there are a lot we'll discuss in the next slide, but let me tell you this. So generally there are two major concepts of accountability among Muslim majority: the self accountability, that is known as al-muhasaba, and the general accountability, al-hisba. Some of them believe that accountability in Islamic perspective only mean one's self-evaluation, meaning self-consideration, self-opinion, and critical self-examination, and they therefore named it as spiritual or divine religious accountability, which is normally known as in Islamic word as al-muhasaba. This process of al-muhasaba take place between a person and his inner self and thus consists of a person's self account. So whereas many people believe in the second concept of accountability, that means that all Muslims are accountable, meaning that they are answerable to what they are doing for their action or inaction on the day of judgment. They believe that only in this way Muslim can fulfill their divine responsibility to maintain social order. According to this group, such kind of accountability is known as al-hisba. So the more interesting thing is that both groups have the same sources and argument from the Quran and Sunnah. Example, let me give you the example that in the verse 30 of Surah Al-Rahman, the Allah Almighty said, "On the day when every soul will be confronted with all the good it has done and all the evil it has done, it will wish there were a great distance between it and its evil. But Allah cautions, meaning care taken to avoid danger or mistake, you to fear Him, and Allah is full of kindness to those that serve Him." So let me tell you the type of accountabilities. So the first one I'm going to tell you is self-accountability. That is also known as spiritual accountability, in which a person account himself, proof or evidence. Allah Almighty said, "You shall be cautioned about whatever you have been doing." So the whatever we are doing in this temporary world, we have to answer at the day of judgment to Allah Almighty. So the next one is political accountability. That is derived from the concept of amana, trust. As a political concept, it suggests that Allah Almighty has given the trust to human being to deliver and promote His guidance through justice and fairness in their lives. So let me give you the evidence. Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Hadith of Hazrat Ibn Umar was, "All of you are guardians and all of you are responsible, accountable for your subject. The ruler is a guardian and responsible for his subject. Everyone is responsible to his own deeds." So the next one is administrative accountability. So let me give evidence of this. So the verse number 41 of Surah 22, "Those who, if we establish them in the land, will command what is proper and forbid what is improper." And the same hadith reported by Ibn Umar anhu was, "A servant is guardian of his master's property and responsible for his wards." Domestic accountability. The next is domestic accountability. So in the verse number 70 of Surah Al-Tawbah, it is written that the believers, men and women, are protector one of another. They enjoin what is just and forbid what is evil. And the same hadith of Ibn Umar anhu, the man is guardian of his family and responsible for his ward. The woman is guardian in her husband's house and responsible for her ward. So the next is social accountability. To prove this social accountability, I have the evidence, and I'll give you that in verse number 114 of Surah Al-Rahman. They believe in Allah and the last day and enjoin right conduct and forbid indecency and vie one with another in good work. These are of the righteous. And the last sentence of the same hadith of Ibn Umar was, "So all of you are guardian and responsible of your own subject." Okay. So the next is judicial accountability. Allah Almighty say, "And don't let ill will toward any folk incite you so that you were swear from dealing, be just, that is nearest to heedfulness and heed God. So these are the major form of accountability. We can clearly observe that each form is specified for a specific person or group of people, and the matter has been left open-handed ended for general accountability. So the accountability system of Islam is very organized and well designed for the contemporary modern age to upcoming golden time. So let me tell you the principles and the concept, Islamic principles and the concept of accountability. Islamic accountability means that every person is responsible for their actions and will be answerable for their actions on the day of judgment. This is what Islam say, and this is what the concept of Islam accounting to accountability. All people are equally accountable before the law. Islam clearly insists and demands that all official of the Islamic State, whether he be the head or an ordinary employee or equal in the eye of law, none of them is above the law or can claim immunity. Even an ordinary citizen in Islam has the right to put forward a claim or file a legal complaint against the highest executive of the country. So let me tell you one. The Caliph Umar said, I have myself seen the Prophet, peace be upon, taking revenge against himself, penalizing himself for some shortcoming or failing. On the occasion of Battle of Badr, when the Holy Prophet ﷺ was straightening the row of the Muslim army, he hit the belly of the soldier in an empty attempt to push his back in line. The soldier complained, O Prophet, you have hurt me with your stick. The Prophet ﷺ immediately bared his belly and said, I am very sorry. You can revenge by doing the same to me. The soldier came forward and kissed the abdomen of the Prophet and said that this was the all that he wanted. So there is one more that I am going to share you. A woman belonging to a high and noble family was arrested in a connection with a theft. The case was brought to the Prophet ﷺ, and it was recommended that she may be spared in the punishment of theft. The Prophet ﷺ replied, the nation that lived before you were destroyed by God because they punished the common men for their offenses and let the dignitaries go unpunished for their crime. I swear by God, I swear by Him, Allah Ji, who holds my life in his hand, that even if Fatima, the daughter of Muhammad, has committed this crime, then I would have amputated her hand. During the captivity of Umar, Muhammad, the son of Amr ibn al, as the governor of Egypt, whipped an Egyptian. The Egyptian went to Medina and logged his complaint with the righteous Caliph, who immediately summoned the governor and sent to Medina. When they appeared before him in Medina, the Caliph handed a wife to the Egyptian complainant and asked him to whip the son of the governor in his presence. After taking his revenge, when the Egyptian was about to hand over the whip to Umar, he said to the Egyptian, give one stroke of the whip to the honorable governor as well. His son would certainly have not beaten you if not for the false pride that he had in his father high of. The plaintiff submitted, the person who had been beaten me, I have already avenged myself on him. Umar said, by God, if you had beaten him, the governor, I would not have checked you from doing so. You have spared him of your own free will. Then he, Hazrat Umar angrily turned to Ibn al-As and said, O Amr, when did you start to enslave the people, though they were born free of their mothers? So these are some of the references that I'll give you from the past. If the question will come like this, then you'll be able to answer by writing all these incidents or these facts. And I'll also tell you about the types of accountability definition. So now I hope you will be able to answer. So this was the end. Thank you so much. If you have any query or any question, you will ask me in the comment section. I'll answer you. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.